A pleasant good evening to each and everyone in Georgetown, Guyana, friends all. I would like you to subscribe to my channel so you will get the next updated video. I know a lot of you may not like the way I speak, but I'll be honest with you, I never ask anybody for a penny or want anything from nobody. I am very helpful not only to Guyanese, but to the world at large. And I will not tell you who's with us. I know God is there, and we all look up to Him, but I won't tell you who's with us. But I could tell you one thing. The United States of America was founded on the fundamental principle of humanity. And the white American in the time of the Civil War went against Britain, and also France and other colonial masters. It is time for we, the modern generation, not to listen to historians because the 10 or 11% of the story is true and the rest is propaganda. I would like you all to travel like me. I've been to 87 countries with different names, by the way. And I will not disclose my job at the time, at present, even though I know during the APNU government, several people went to a building in the Bronx in New York, America, looking for me. We have the photograph from the cameras, but since nothing happened, the law said let it be. But we know them, some of them in Brooklyn. But they have nothing to do with I. We all have to die one day. Now, I can act as a postman. I can act as a meter reader and get my revenge. But I have nothing to do with that. God make you and give life. I'm not here to take it. Because we are all dead people. Every second, every minute we walk the road, who knows what will happen? But I call upon you two major races in Guyana, the East Indian descendant and the African descendant. Be united for Guyana. Forget emancipation and forget their arrival. Our African brothers and sisters in Ghana and in the Caribbean are just like us, and also India and elsewhere. It is our duty as human beings to stretch our hands across the plain. Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto him, have spread a message of humanity, God-fearing, loving, kind, devotion. Jesus have done the same. I don't know much of Krishna, Ram, and Lakshman because a Hindu friend of mine who's a Swami in India told me that he said, and I will quote unquote, he said, my brother George, I wanted to tell you the truth. We Indian people are very spiteful, very covetous, very malicious, and we are very senile, ignorant. Only Allah, Bhagwan, God have to change our way of life. He said, we do not understand why we fight each other. The rich don't have nothing to do with us, and they treat us worse than the Caucasian. Because when India was ruled by Europeans, the Portuguese in Goa, and the English, they were called backward. But the Indians treat each other worse than any slave could have been treated. So, my friend, slavery is what I call modern day time a servant. Abraham had sex with his slave, Hagar. Listen to this big old lie bastard. His wife, Sarah, tell him, Abraham, since I can't give you a child, go to bed with your slave. It seems like she had owned a woman. This bitch should have been, her head should have been cut off. And when he had sex with a woman, as the story was told, she got a child named Ishmael. And then Sarah get one. This is the will of God. She make Abraham put the woman out with the child. So for all you women outside, if you're messing around a married man, and this is serious, he got the wife, whether she got children or not, don't mess around with him. Because you're an outcast when he finished with you. Because he's still committed to his wife. Unless you use Kalimai, Obia, or Voodoo, as they say. I'm only making this to tell you the truth. I've been to 87 countries. I don't count islands. I'm legally a marine engineer, and I won't disclose much more. Okay? God and time will prove what goes on. And nobody is better than another. I don't respect my children more than I respect my neighbor own. Or I don't accept my mother more than I respect another woman who gives birth to children. Okay? So, I've been asked in Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and many other countries, that where am I from? I say I'm from my mother's stomach, born in Georgetown, Guyana. And they say I'm funny. But if you have a laugh, it's up to you. Friends, you young men and women, I urge you not to kill your woman, not to beat them, burn them, humiliate them, go out there and have romantic moments with another woman when you don't know the disease you're picking up to bring home. AIDS, syphilis, and many other diseases that follow can hamper your children's future if your wife conceives for you. I urge you in the name of God, Bhagwan and Allah, not to do that. I'm not going to deal with Sita, because some Hindu tell me, how can a woman get a child and she's not been touched? They're talking about Jesus. Well, I return the kindness. How can Sita get two children? One named Kush and the other one was named Hush. And when her husband was in jail, what they call exile. Think of it. So when we throw shit, I hope you know when they come back, I hope you enjoy the smelling. Stop humiliating one another. It's the 21st century. The only friends we have around this hemisphere is Venezuela, who opened up the door to Guyanese. Suriname, Cayenne, which is French Guyana, and Brazil, and the Caribbean island. And now, I want you all to understand, Nkrumah, the late Nkrumah of Ghana, built a college on the highway called Accra College. Did any one of our leaders take the president of Ghana, Nana, or the vice president to visit it? And they are black people. The sons of Africa, the great-grandchildren of Africa. Did they forget to take him? Or they take him by coffee statue? Another African who fight for liberation? My friend, I am telling you here today, the only difference between us is color of skin and languages and culture. Every woman have a private parts like a man who do the same. But not all of us are man and woman, because some of us are on the homosexuality. We had one in Guyana, we had one in Jamaica, and we had many more. But I have nothing against people way of life. I have a friend from Jamaica. He walked up to me and he said, George, are you a Christian? I said, I believe in God. He said, well, no, give me an answer. I said, I'm a Muslim. I'm a Hindu. I'm a Christian. He said, well, Jesus said, love your fellow man. I said, thank you. I am. I'm also a Christian. He said, but can I date you? I said, Jesus didn't say go to bed with my brother. I would not call his name because he's present here right now. But ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to understand. There's an old saying on the seaman department on the ship. Any port for a storm, which means any hole for a pole. But that's not me. I'd rather die old than use my pole in any hole. I'm sorry. I'm just making a joke, okay? Because life have many corners. But what did we get from Burnham as a leader? No Guyanese supposed to buy land. No Guyanese supposed to rent house or squat. So you, the young black man and woman, Indian man and woman, and other races, be united for a national front government. If Mr. Ali, as your president, say, one Guyana, it's a national front. He should tell you a national front. But you know, diplomatically, if you say one country, it means one. We all speak with one voice and our fists together. So Ali, thank you, because I know you come from a father who was a teacher, and still is, I don't know. And you're educated. But educate the ignorant people and they know you've been calling for a national front when you say one Guyana. Okay? One Guyana means one Guyana, which means national front. No opposition. But then God had opposition, you will still have to have some. But we don't need the PNC, a pack of racial, confusing people who don't like white people, don't like Chinese people, and don't like Indian and others. Sorry, not all the black people like that, because I got your blood in me. And you Indian who believe that money buy everything, and you fight against your own, kill your mother, kill your brother, kill your uncle, kill your whoever, and go to the Kalimite church and you over your man to destroy one another. Change, for God's sake. Let's unite and make Guyana a country that the world can be proud of. Open up the door to America. I want to release a video right now where my cameraman will relieve over the Amerindian in the dam where they were bathing, young teenage girls were bathing. Think of it, look at it, and we will continue.
This is the creek that the dorms children used to use. Now that the dorms is no longer functioning, but this is the creek the children normally come and bathe. This is the water here, they bathe here, they have another one there, they have to dip the water and come here to bathe. Under the APNU administration, we had bathroom here. Now, the one Guyana government so care for the Amerindians. We have a minister visiting here very often in Madian, not in the community of the indigenous people. Now we don't have any bathroom, but the Amerindian children now just find the water there and bathe. We don't have any bathroom for the children. That is unfair, and then you're here in one Guyana, but it's one set of Guyanese. I'm hurt with, I keep complaining about the same situation here. We don't have any bathroom. Who is there listening to us? I don't know. Who are we going to turn to? Thanks, Mr. Aubrey Norton, for visiting here. We've been waiting for people to come and see our concern. I hope something will be done for us, the Amerindians, in Campbelltown, Princeville, and Morwa, Mycobi. Because we don't have people coming to visit us. People coming into the town, the minister, she coming into the town, not even visiting Campbelltown, and we are together, just a step away.
Yes, let me continue. President Ali, according to the information that I'm gathering out of Guyana, the young woman is claiming that she has nothing to do with the fire. You have a son. Do not get involved to blame other people's children for something they have no knowledge of. But if you lock up a person in a dorm, gates are locked, windows bar up, I want to put you and Barrett and the whole PPP member in a long room like that with all the mattress, and I got like 5, not 1, and you prove to me that that burned. There was something beyond that. Could it have been a political affair? I'll tell you later, because I'm planning to come to Guyana to invoke some of the dead. We will know. They will know, because I get an information, Brother Karaya, 3 people involved in that fire. 2 men and a woman on the watch out. But I wouldn't disclose their name, because they were not Amerindian. But I'm very happy to see the people in Madia come out in full support, calling for justice. What happened to all the fires in the country, Mr. Ali? I called on the Human Rights Department and the International Committee to look into it. This young woman should not be in jail. And I called for a replacement of the DPP lady. I wouldn't call her name because to me it's an insult. Her husband is in charge of one of the highest things in the Muslim community. May Allah answer my prayer. Because I am also a Muslim, a Christian, a Hindu, and a Buddha. And I have a license for the religions. Which means it's BS, my friends. Do what is right. You cannot lock up children in a dorm, hold the key. Whether they were having sex or not, when mothers put their young daughter to have sex and make a living because of the government situation, cost of living, come on. Miss Broom from the PNC was doing a better job trying to stop trafficking, going to the whole house and other place, and releasing young women. There was a story about traffic of Brazilian women. I think you should kill the traffickers. Shoot them down. Because what they don't like for themselves, they shouldn't do to others. And open up the country to the international community, Ghana, India, but make your laws. All life matters, not only black people life, okay? And stop the emancipation and the day of arrival. And I have to thank you for not celebrating the independence. And I think you should postpone this election and wait. For what belongs to you, you will get it. Nothing will change it. If you believe in the teaching of Allah, Bhagwan or God, you will get it. But if you get it on a false pretense, you will lose it. And I want to know, Mr. Norton might be a good man, but he said everything what Jack Deere said. And he called Jack Deere all kind of things. And maybe he's right, I'm not taking side of it. But did he condemn Burnham? Did he condemn David Ranger? Or when Joseph Harmer was holding the fort, did he say anything? My friend, all 65 members of parliament, I would like them to have a lie detector test, present and past. All judges and magistrates, present and past. And let's sign an agreement. If they're guilty, execution. If they're innocent, promotion. It's time for a change. And I call upon the innocent Indian and black youths, be united. So all who is in Apnu, with hypocrites on board, Norton, be careful with the snake that bites his own brother. He's not too far from your neck. Two of them, be careful. And you might be a good man, but do not end up like Jesus betrayed by Judas. If they could betray their own, why they cannot do it to you? Right, Ramjatan? If you know what I know, and I call upon the U.S., Canada, international community to seize all visas for Nagamutu, Ramjatan, and many more in Parliament, and the Constitution says anyone with foreign citizenship should not be in Parliament. I have a list with a lot of names. I will broadcast it so you will see the name. And if so be the case, then Ali, you have to arrest your own cabinet members, a few of them. Mr. Manzoor, due respect to you, your wife, and your 3 children, tell them the truth. I was there with you. I urged you to give Jagan the 3 seat. He was a hypocrite, and he died. Ask Dr. Dan Paul. Look at the video, what I said. When Dan Paul said, you ready like Freddie? I said, he's ready for the graveyard. He went back home not long after he died. Check it out. I do not want to wish your government because I know what you went through under the PNC. So I'm calling on all patriotic Guyanese to unite for national front. And as Mr. Ali saying, one Guyana, let's make it one Guyana. If we do good, support him. And if he's wrong, let's expose him. But unite for Guyana. Not black people country, Kuli one, because both of you don't belong there, okay? Stop it. And give the Amerindian land. They don't have a right to buy land, no part of that country. Come on, Ali. If you go to heaven, you going to sell God a piece of land? Abraham, Muhammad, Jesus, Musa. Come on, all you hypocrites. Come on, Ali. Don't let the position become a revolution in your name. You're a good man. Keep it up. May Allah be with you. Peace.